They never got to lift the trophy themselves, but make no mistake, this World Cup belongs to Mithali Raj and Jhulan Goswami as much as it does to Harmanpreet Kaur and her team. One holds the record for the most runs in women's cricket, the other the most wickets. For nearly 2 decades, they carried the burden of expectation, pride, and heartbreak on their shoulders. They came agonizingly close in 2005 and again in 2017, only to watch the dream slip away. But on the 3rd of November 2025, as midnight turned to dawn, their vigil ended. Their dream, India's dream, finally came true. When Harmanpreet Kaur's India lifted the Women's World Cup, it wasn't just a win for the team. It was a triumph of generations. It was a victory scripted by Mithali's composure and Jhulan's fire. It was a victory that spanned decades of struggle, silence, and sheer grit. During the victory lap, the team did something unforgettable. They handed the trophy to Mithali Raj and Jhulan Goswami, honoring the two legends who had carried the Indian women's cricket on their backs for 20 years. This isn't just a victory, it's a volcanic eruption of deferred dreams, a seismic shift where the ghosts of 2005 and 2017 finals haunt no more. Mithali Raj, the first captain to take India to a Women's World Cup final, could barely speak. She simply said, "Thank you, and I'm so happy." Her voice trembled, but her eyes shone with pride as she lifted the cup she had chased her whole career. This was her team. The Harmans, the Smritis, the Deeptis, all players who had made their debuts under her watch and learned to fight like her, and went on to become world beaters. On that Sunday night in Navi Mumbai, these girls didn't just become world champions. Mithali and Jhulan did too. Meanwhile, Jhulan Goswami could not hold back tears as she gave Harmanpreet Kaur a long hug when the parade reached her. It was now her turn to hold the trophy. The only woman to take more than 200 one-day international wickets celebrated like a child in a candy store. Harmanpreet Kaur spoke her heart out on the giants on whose shoulders the team stood. Jhulandi was my biggest support. When I joined the team, she was leading it. She always supported me in my early days when I was very raw and didn't know much about cricket. I used to play with the boys and the school principal picked me up, and within a year I started representing the country. In the initial days, Anjum Chopra provided me with a lot of support. I always remember how she used to take me along with her team. I learned a lot from her and passed it on to my team. Both of them have been a great support for me. I'm very grateful that I got to share a special moment with them. It was a very emotional moment. I think we were all waiting for this. Finally, we were able to touch this trophy. Mithali Raj and Jhulan Goswami were the architects of Indian women's cricket, building its foundation brick by brick. When the stands were empty, the cameras were rare, and the funds were scarce. The day Mithali Raj became the most capped captain in Women's World Cup history, Jhulan Goswami became the tournament's leading wicket taker. They carried the weight of 1 billion dreams, quietly, without complaint, so that one day another generation could lift it with 1 billion cheers. This is for Mithali Raj, whose bat wrote the first chapters of belief. For Jhulan Goswami, whose fiery spirit and thunderbolts carved the path to glory. Yes, they never got to hold their own trophy, but make no mistake, their fingerprints are all over this one. This victory is also their legacy, finally realized. And last night in Navi Mumbai, their dreams finally took flight. This win isn't just about one match or one team. It is a culmination of every broken bat, every bus ride, every heartbreak that forged the spirit of Indian women's cricket. This triumph, this history, this roar of victory, it all stands on their shoulders. The pillars of Indian women's cricket, they are forever champions. They walked so that the women in blue could leap.